to bring up Assaf Frenkel, the CEO of SeeTrue. Hi, oh, I'm shaking his hand. I've got to remember. Okay, so this is one of those companies that almost you ask yourself, wait a minute, this can't be new, right? When you stand in these horrible lines in airports and they run you through the x-ray machine with your baggage, they got to have software that's doing automatic detection, right?
Right, you should. And it actually started this way in a long line when our co-founder and chairman Avihud spent a lot of time in security line and not only was frustrated from the line, but thought, what if someone slips $500 into the security officer? Would he pass that bag without noticing? We must have something to solve that.
It's unbelievable when you think about it that this is now a breakthrough in terms of using AI to detect. The problem is that right now our existing systems don't work, right? There's a ridiculous level of penetrability, right? I mean, what percentage of attempts to get things through succeed?
Well, that's amazing. Just last month, a TSA whistleblower from Transportation Security Administration in the US, the head of the Kansas unit, came out to CNN and said, guys, I can't handle it anymore. TSA is cutting corners in order to get security faster. So it said that more than 90% of the times it misses.
90% of the time you can penetrate by putting a gun or a knife
or explosives, yeah,
or something through. So all of this torture that we're going through, people like me who travel like a madman, okay, and I think about all of the minutes I've wasted in these hellacious lines, is for nothing?
Yeah, and I think that in that case, even elbow shaking won't help you.
Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. So let's look, if we can, and see, I want to look at this 95% failure rate. I can't even get my hands around it. I want to show you the video. Go ahead, describe what we're looking at.
Cool, so what you're seeing now is a regular x-ray machine and our system connected to it. And what you saw fast is that bags move, and then when something is there, the bag is checked out, is taken out, and dismantled on a side.
This is your system at work.
This is our system from Love Airport that we're installed. We're already running in 2 airports in production.
You're already in 2 airports. Now, by the way, what are they? And you're saying that before the x-ray with the guy, in 95% of the cases, he would have let that gun go by, at least based on the test data that's out there?
Yeah, so this was quite quick, and you can come over later to see it in more detail. But what we saw there is, first of all, that the existing x-ray machines or CT machines don't show the threat, right? They show the image of the bag, and you need to be very alert and very trained. And think of, we talked about the medical devices earlier, but here the officers that are looking at it are minimum wage and getting very little training, right? So don't compare them to someone looking at your x-ray.
This is not your radiologist looking at an x-ray machine.
Right? So they need to do that 8 hours a day, in some places 12 hours a day, and be alert. And that doesn't work well. So they miss stuff. And what we do, we find the right prohibited items. We make sure only the right bags are opened, so the entire line is moving much faster.
Now you're using artificial intelligence as well here. Seems to be a common thread through the first 3 companies we've shown, all using AI. How are you using AI?
So we're using artificial intelligence, computer vision, in order to analyze the data coming from the existing X-ray and CT machines. We actually don't change anything at the airport. These are the existing machines. We connect with a simple software into them. Simple operation, complex software. And we're using the most advanced artificial intelligence in order to analyze these threats.
So you guys are a spin-out of another company that we backed. This company is called Cortica, and we've now actually backed 2 spin-outs. We have another one called Cartica in the mobility space. Your background is you were a lieutenant colonel in the famous 8200 unit. And your chairman, can we talk about his past career? He was the commander of all Israel Special Forces.
Yeah, so we built this company. First of all, we started off with the Cortica technology. So Cortica, with the ones who don't know them, they're one of the world leaders in artificial intelligence, computer vision. They started that 10, 12 years ago with large investments over the years. So we have unique technology that is also important in our field that enables us to run fast. And starting the company 18 months ago, be already live into airports, the third coming in a month.
So let's talk a little bit about your business model. The ability you have to do this scanning, you're now charging 50 cents a passenger?
Yeah, so we're a software company, an artificial intelligence company, and what we sell, we don't sell security, we're selling business performance. What we do, we enable airports to shorten the security lines. So people getting faster into the commercial area and so airports get more money, they need to pay less for labor, and they get better passenger experience. For that, they want to pay.
And they're paying you 50, I mean, how many passengers are there in the world? Billions.
Billions over billions. It's real passengers are more than 7 billion passengers a year. And we're not limited only to airports. We're also installed in train stations, working on parcels. So the opportunity is much larger than airports.
And if you actually expedite these lines, you'll drive additional revenue because the shopping in the airport, what does that mean?
Yeah, so airports make between 20 to 30% of the revenues from the commercial area, food and beverage and shops at the commercial area at the airports. If you were able to push passengers faster into this area, so think if you had 10, 15 minutes to a flight, you'll go directly to the gate. Now you have 30 minutes, you have a time to buy a cup of coffee, maybe a new pair of AirPods or something, and that's their money. This is their business.
Now, what kind of competition is there in this? I mean, this is such an obvious application. There must be 1 million guys going after this.
So it's actually one of the hardest problems to solve with AI because of the data challenges and the variety of threats. So the OEMs, the ones who manufacture the X-ray and CT machines, try to do that. Currently, we're doing better, and there are a few startups trying as well. As far as we know, we're the best in the world, and we hear that from customers, partners, and regulators. And we're the only ones that have solutions such as finding explosives in laptops and some other unique...
Finding explosives in laptops.
Yeah, only one in the
Sort of important. How about tennis shoes? So we can keep our shoes on.
that would work as well.
Or whatever. But it's really extraordinary. What do you think that the crowd could do to help you guys as you go forward?
So first of all, starting working with OurCrowd already helped us. We had partners coming through us from various areas in the world, and we're already having some business starting from these introductions.
Already. I mean, by the way, have we written the check yet?
Not yet, but it's almost there.
By the way, there's still room for some
there is
people
some
to join?
room, but most of the money is there.
Okay. I mean, it's just, and we're already providing connections that are leading to business. We'd love to have more input. This is going to be a great story. Thank you very much, Assaf Frenkel from SeeTrue. Pleasure.